Under a flexible exchange rate system, the Indian rupee will appreciate against the Japanese yen when blank. So, in this question, we're asked to find under which of the following situations will the Indian rupee appreciate against the Japanese yen. So, option choice A says India's inflation rate exceeds Japan's. This is incorrect because one of the critical rules is that whichever country has the higher inflation rate means that that country will have the lower value of currency, or that their currency will depreciate. This is because a higher inflation rate means that interest rates are lower in that country. So because there are lower interest rates, other foreigners will not want to put their money into their bank, or India's bank in this case, and that means that their currency will depreciate against Japan's currency. So A is incorrect. B. India has a trade deficit with Japan. In this case, a trade deficit means that Indians would be exporting, or rather importing, more goods than they are exporting to Japan. And in this case, the supply of Indian rupee will increase or shift to the right. And if we were to draw this out, where the supply of the rupee, or supply of R, and demand R is right here, with the value of the Japanese yen, which will represent as Y, over the Indian rupee is there, and the quantity of R is on the x-axis. If the supply shifts to the right, that means that the rupee will depreciate in value, because the initial exchange rate is up here, but after the shift, it's down here. So if India has a trade deficit, their currency will depreciate and Japanese currency will appreciate. So B is incorrect. C. Japan's economy enters a recession, but India's does not. This is incorrect because if Japan's economy enters a recession, their goods are cheaper, and if their goods are cheaper, the supply, or rather demand for Japanese yen will increase, and if their demand increases, their currency will appreciate. So, and then India's currency will depreciate. So C is incorrect as well. D. Japan's money supply decreases while India's money supply increases. This is also incorrect because if Japan's money supply decreases, that means that the interest rates will be higher in Japan. And if interest rates are higher in Japan compared to India, their currency will appreciate relative to India's. And if Japan's currency appreciates, India's currency must depreciate. So D is also incorrect. E. Real interest rates in India increase relative to those in Japan. This is the correct answer because the country that has the higher interest rate will have a currency that will appreciate compared to the other currency. So because India in this case has the higher real interest rate, their currency will appreciate relative to Japan's. So E is the correct answer.